Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Hope you are having a great day as always. And today we're back on Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. The new update actually came out today, a little patch adding in over 300 bug fixes. The week 1 patch, a month after the game came out. Oh, I took that. Oh, wow. Gear shifts were a little loud there, but that's a beauty shot with like the sun coming through, you know. This is one of the few times this game's looked beautiful. So I actually have it here on my second monitor. It says they improved the servers, they improved optimization, and they have over 300 bug fixes. Now, they haven't actually, as of me recording this video, put out the rest of the bug fixes, but they said that they enhanced the graphics, the UI, the audio. So we're actually here in our 300 SL Mercedes. This is one of the cars that you unlock by finding the wrecks scattered around the map. You can unlock 2 cars, and this is one of them. Unfortunately, there really isn't a whole lot of stuff you can really do with this car. So there's a few races you can use this car in, but this car is just super slow compared to the competition, so it's not really usable, unfortunately. And that's one of the main problems I have with this game, is just the fact that you have to rely on meta cars in order to like win a lot of the events. That kind of goes against the whole mantra of what a Test Drive Unlimited game is supposed to be, where you just drive the cars you want and crash the cars you want. You're able to just kind of progress the way you want to progress with the cars you want. But here in Solar Crown, you have to use the Audi TT. You have to use what the meta is. You have to use the buggy for off-roading. I don't vibe with that. Unfortunately, I am playing on the Xbox Series S, and this update did not add a performance mode. So I'm still stuck at 30 frames a second, but it's a more stable 30 frames a second, as opposed to the 30 to 20 frames a second I was getting yesterday. In fact, Lamborghini dealerships here, they actually did fix this, where you would discover a dealership and then it would undiscover the next time you load it in. That sounds a little meaty. We love the pop-ups. We love the pop-ups. This update, unfortunately, hasn't really seemed... It's bug fixes, you know? And I get it. There's a lot of bug fixes that need to be added to this game. I thankfully have not encountered a lot of like the server issues that people have been having. Although the game is pretty dead from my experience. I rarely see people driving around. And when I do, it's usually like 2 or 3 people, and they're doing their own thing. So this game's been a solo experience for me. And because this game's region locked and, you know, platform locked, I can't play with my friends who live in, say, Europe and play on the PS5. So I'm stuck with people on Xbox in North America. And considering that this game really doesn't seem to have sold well, that's not good. One of the things I loved about Test Drive, like Unlimited 2 and 1, is even though I played those games kind of like hella after, wow, I completely missed that turn. What I always like appreciated with those games is that they seem to be ahead of the curve when it came to like arcade open world racing games. You know, with like shops to go to, you know, customizable characters, you know, the lifestyle elements of the game. And just another thing, these fucking like showrooms are so big and they all look the same. They have like no character to them. Thankfully there's like a fire exit. It's like an emergency exit so we can leave the dealership so we don't have to walk all the way to the other side. There's one other person in my lobby. Granted, the servers just came back on, but you'd think that people would be clamoring to get back on. And unfortunately, there's been plenty of other cases where I log back onto the servers and there's like 1 person in my lobby. But let's talk about this game's future and just like the whole vibe of this game, because I watched the developer video that they put out the other day and I had a very not good reaction to it, you know. It really seems like the developers, or like the lead head honchos at KT, are a little bit out of touch with what the community wants. A large part of this community, I'd argue a large percentage of people playing TDU Solar Crown want a game more in line with like TDU 2, where, you know, you have all the lifestyle elements there. And even though there was like, you know, the Solar Crown like championship and all that in TDU 2, like there's still a heavy emphasis on social features and just being able to kind of like RP and just chill out with your friends, have like car meets, go to the casino, go to like the shops and everything, customize your character, buy your own houses, customize your own houses. Like, you could literally, I never really got to experience this because I played TDU hella late, but you were able to literally go buy a house, customize that house with furniture, go out, take photos, and then fill your house with your own custom photos. That's like insane. And in TDU Solar Crown, there's no shops around the map. There's no houses to buy. You have your own like just studio flat in like a hotel. Like it's such a huge downgrade. Everything is like in that Solar Crown hotel. All those social features, like the casino's not there on launch. It's gonna be like a year till that comes out. The only thing out right now are races and different types of, like 3 different types of races, and that's really it. And I'm just bored. Like straight up, I am just hella bored. I mean, I've discovered quite a bit of the map. I think I'm at like 36%. I have a lot of off-roading stuff that I haven't done, but we're actually gonna take a little road trip. I have not been all the way down here. Let's go all down to that lighthouse. 15 miles, okay. I'll be honest, I think I'm pretty much done. Like, I think I've played all I really want to. There's nothing really drawing me to continuing to play this game, you know, or even like make content on it. It's just boring. I can't play with any of my friends for the most part. Just the whole like car meta, the fact that you have to use the Audi TT if you really want to get anywhere or you want to win any races, especially in ranked. The whole fact that like the developers are trying to go for this like competitive like atmosphere for TDU, and that's not really what the series is about. Just the whole lack of like lifestyle features on launch, especially the casino, big gamblers rise up. With TDU, I think they would have done a much better job. And if instead of having like the solar pass and like the whole Solar Crown championship like spiel, I think they would have been better off if they literally just focused on having like having apartments or houses you could buy in different shops and like clothing items, or like all those social features like the casino, yo. Instead of this like sharps versus streets clan system, which will probably not, I don't think it'll work out well. I think it'll go the same way that the clans from the crew won. Who remembers the clans from the crew won? Everyone, and they had like these 5 clans, and they're like, oh, we're gonna do all these clan battles, but everyone joined one clan and then it just died out because the same clan kept winning every time. And if the players see that there's like a specific advantage to joining one clan over the other, then it's game over. Oh, we're frimming. There's this kind of like vibe where the developers really kind of want to restrict the way you play. Just the fact that there's like a daily like limit on how many times you can use the frim, how you can bank like cash on the frim, how you have to play online only. There's no offline mode. How you can't play just by yourself. You can't, like, you have to like match make at the beginning of every race. There's only like a 10-second waiting period, but there have been races where I just want to do a race by myself, and there's like 1 or 2 people in my lobby now, and they usually kick my ass because they're in much better cars. The fact that when you start grinding races, the pay goes down. Like, I get they're trying to make this like a proper MMO, but even at the end of the day, TDU 2 and TDU 1 were kind of MMOs, and TDU 2 didn't restrict the amount of times you could use the frim, and you know, both TDUs you could play offline. You didn't have to play with people if you didn't want to. You could be as social or as secluded as you wanted to in that game. But here they're trying to force you into being social, and I don't think it's working. Let the social stuff be there for people who want to take advantage of it, but let people be left the fuck alone too. Like, TDU has always been a game that's kind of about freedom, like the freedom to kind of play the way you want to do, drive the cars you want to drive. That type of Juwan, but no, let people play the way they want to play. That's always kind of what TDU's been about. It's like the freedom to kind of discover the island at your own pace. Buy the cars you want to do the type of events you want to do, customize the character in your house the way you want. And you have none of that here. You literally have none of that here. I'll be honest, I don't think the future of this game is pretty bright. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see how this game can promise a lot of what their KT is promising. Because I mean, we're getting a casino. They're adding in Ibiza, but just the city in Ibiza, like the main city. They're not actually adding the rest of the island, which, why? I mean, I get it. Some people would like Ibiza and Oahu back, but like, I feel like there's much bigger issues that should be addressed with this game before focusing your attention on building a completely different map, because that takes time, that takes resources. You know, how about instead of Ibiza, you can, you know, add houses around the map, you know, add an offline mode, you know, add crossplay, add more race variants. They did say like more race variants are coming, or like missions and all that. Who knows when that's coming out? Because right now, all we have is just boring race after boring race with AI that will either be completely asleep at the wheel or like God tier. You know, you can either have fucking Nick Sirianni behind the wheel or Saquon Barkley behind the wheel. You know, only Eagles fans are going to get that reference, but still, that's really what it feels like a lot of the time. By the way, if you're an Eagles fan, I am so sorry. We can feel that we can share the pain together. Hong Kong Island, I think they did a pretty good job with this map. You know, it just feels dead in a lot of areas, but the road variety, you know, the city's huge. I love the open wide freeways. I love like the road variety with the mountains and like the toge roads and everything. Why focus all that energy and attention on a different map when I think the one that we have is fine? Just flesh this out more. Let us buy houses. Let us go to different shops, you know. Let us do things other than racing. Let us do some things that maybe aren't like competitive driven, but that's really what they seem to be going down this road, is they want this game to be like a competitive, like esport level, like type game, when like, no, that's not what TDU is about, man. And I don't think their vision is aligned with those of the community. And if they don't try to align it somewhat with the community, at the end of the day, like the developers are the ones making the game, but like if they don't try and at least attempt to like align their vision of the game or the direction of the game with what people in the community want, then nobody's gonna be happy. The game's gonna suffer and people are not gonna enjoy the game. A long-time TDU fans aren't gonna enjoy the game, and they're just gonna go back to TDU 2, which has like a bunch of player-run like multiplayer like options, and people still play that game. People are able to be more social in that game than they are in this one, and I think that's a little bit of a problem. And it's just a lot of those like issues, man, that just I think are gonna hold this game back. And I honestly don't see this game succeeding, and that's really unfortunate, because I wanted this game to succeed, but you know, we can only do so much as players and consumers. We can write in forums, we can talk on Twitter, but at the end of the day, it's the devs that gotta do the legwork for the most part. And knowing where KT is as a company and how much it would take to get this game back on track, and the fact that they're already having problems, you know, a lot of them are on strike and everything, I don't see how this game can really live up to the expectations that a lot of people have. And right now, I'm just bored of this game, and I'm probably not going to spend too much more time grinding on it, you know, exploring stuff. And that's sad, because I really wanted to sink my teeth into this game, because this would have been the first time I'm playing a Test Drive Unlimited game like in its prime. And I was excited for that, but just as they announced more things about the game and just the whole vibe being off, it just, I don't know. I'm not happy about it, and it's unfortunate. Hopefully they can turn this game around. This is an area where I hope I'm wrong. Like, I hope I can come back a couple years later down the road and be like, damn, I was so fucking wrong. Like, I hope I am, but realistically, trying to be realistic about it, I don't see this game succeeding, unfortunately. But what do you guys think? Are you still playing this game? Are you still enjoying it? Be sure to let me know down below in the comment section down below. Oh wow, we got more people in my lobby now. How many people we got? All right, we got 4 people in. I want to start uploading some more videos soon. I want to do some more Unbound stuff. We're gonna be streaming Watch Dogs soon, and of course, we're gonna be streaming the Unbound story mode as well. We're gonna play that again for the first time in 2 years, so stay tuned for that. And we also got a video on Midnight Club 2 coming out soon. A little bit of a delay in that video, but it's all good. It's coming soon. And yeah, that'll be hot out very soon as well. But that's it for me tonight. I'll catch you later. Have a good night, everybody.